Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's another episode here of AirgunwebTV Live. Guys, let's talk some airguns tonight. We have got a jam-packed show. We're going to be talking about some stuff at SHOT Show, and I don't have a lot of information because I'm not there, but there's a couple little things we can jump in and talk about. I've got some products we're going to be taking a look at tonight, some specifically around the SHOT Show, and some that I have some sponsors that have asked me to show you guys some things. And also, I want to talk about Airgun Week. Airgun Week, man, you know, I need to think about scheduling a little bit differently next time, give myself a little more space. But we're going to have, at the end of the day, we'll probably have 12 to 15 videos that we would have brought either canned or live that we will be doing this week just to cover a bunch of cool airgun stuff. It's been a lot of work, far more than I had expected. But hey, it's been a lot of fun too, and it's actually reignited a bit of airgunning stuff for me personally that I'm going to talk about here a little bit later. As always, if you have questions, throw them there in the chat. I'll do the best I can to answer them. But let's go ahead and get started. So, some of the big news we had, if I'm going to pull up my YouTube page over here, let me just pull this up. First thing I guess we need to talk about here, guys. We really need to talk about, the Umarex Origin 25, right? I mean, is this not like, where did this come from? So let's get right onto that one. Let's see here. Why don't we just look at the Airgun Week photos? All right, so here's all the cool things we have going on. So I'm going to switch over to this screen. All right, so the Umarex 25 Origin. This thing, I know, sort of came out of nowhere. Well, maybe not nowhere. You guys probably should have been expecting this is coming around the corner. This gun I've had around for a while, and it is awesome. I'll just tell you, you guys, if you've watched the video, then you already know that this gun's pushing close to 60 foot-pounds, and it is very, very, very awesome. Hey there, Daniel. Yes. That's very cool, Daniel. I just, on another note, all personal stuff here. Daniel, I did order those Avenger bullpups, so once they're in, we'll get that swap taken care of. So anyway, so the Origin 25, guys, just a phenomenally good rifle, very consistent, great power output, pushing 60 foot-pounds. This thing is going to be very awesome. Hemi just picked up on the fact that they've got a Gauntlet 30 coming out. Yes, I don't have that one. There's very limited inventory, but I'll be asking them. I'll be requesting that gun for sure. So you can pretty much bet we're going to have one of those coming in that we'll be doing some testing on. And then I've got to find some other 30 calibers to kind of do some comparisons with, and we'll go from there. Hey there, everybody. I mean, we've got a jam-packed night. I mean, if we start looking through some of the videos we've done so far this week. So we've got the Origin. Then, of course, you guys have been wanting me to do the Challenger. I told you guys about this last week because that's when I had... did we jam up here? I don't know. Everything looks okay, but I seem to be frozen. Let's see. Don't know. Let's give it a minute here and see if it works. All right. Well, let me know if I'm frozen. I can restart some things, but I think I'm okay. I can see one screen here. It's going to make it fun for me to switch back and forth on stuff. That's for sure. Nope, we're definitely locked up here, guys. All right. Let me stop some stuff. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Did we come back to life here? We are back to life. Hey, awesome. Don't know what all that was about. So, gotta love technology. All right, so apologize for that little glitch there with the computer. I am asking it to do a heck of a lot of stuff, so maybe that's just me. All right, so the Challenger, you guys have been wanting me to do some AA stuff. As you guys know, Brian he drove out, left this with me. And this thing did a great job. I talked about that last week. Some of the other stuff we've got that you guys have already seen. Let's see here. We did the Evanix 30 cal. I thought that did very well. the Evanix, the airspeed semi-automatic, then the side lever Maximel, which is great. And then we also showed the new Gauntlet 2 again. That's not necessarily new, but it's still a very, very cool air gun. And what they're doing with that air gun, I think, is very cool. The fact that they're bringing out the 30 is very, very awesome. And then the Seneca just dropped like a few minutes ago. And, that's not a new air gun. But, I mean, how can you not love the Sumatra 2500? And I really prefer the Seneca Eagle Claw 25. Even though it doesn't quite get the same power, I like it better ergonomically. I think it's just a nicer shooting gun for me personally. So what do we got coming up tomorrow? We got a little question here. Okay, so the Hands of Horus is asking a question with regards to the material for the wads on the for the SWA for loading them. I just buy those from Ballistic Products. I don't get sheets. It's way cheap to just get the wads. If you're going to shoot a lot, then I would just get them there. Okay. I'm watching some of the comments here. Please forgive me. Okay, so what do we got going on tomorrow? Because that's something I think is going to be very cool. So I was asking a question: big bore 50 cal AEA or Sumatra or Hammer. He says Hummer, but I'm thinking Hammer. I haven't shot the AEA and 50 cal. I really like the Hammer personally, but I mean, there's a lot of options these days. So without diverting the whole show to that, which maybe we can do just a big bore hunting show on what guns do what, that might be worth doing. But tonight I've got a bunch of other things to focus on. All right, so real quick, this is what we got. If you guys haven't looked at the lineup here, take a look at airgunweb.com, okay? So here you're going to be able to see everything that's coming out. Now, we will have links to all the videos that will be here, and we'll also have them probably listed on the page here. But tomorrow we're starting off with the SWA 27 long, and we shot this time. Instead of shooting slugs and round ball, we shot number 4 shot, and it turned out really, really good. So that we lead off with that tomorrow. We're going to look at the Avenger Bullpup again, just for those that may not have seen it the first time around. And then I've been telling you guys that I've had a Hots on Blitz, so we're going to be doing that tomorrow as well. Thursday, we're looking at the Catron 25, the Gammo Urban, and then as we roll over, hold on just a second, guys. I hear some weather coming out outside. Hold on. I do apologize for that. Live shows. I had some equipment still outside. I didn't expect it to be raining, so forgive me for that. Let's see. Okay, so yes, what was I talking about? Oh, the rest of the week. So we have the Catron, the Gamma Urban. We got the Bone Collector coming up, and I just shot the last video today as far as the range videos. I may have one more if we can get the gun in time. But today, guys, if you haven't ever shot the Huben, I shot one today, and let me tell you what, that gun impressed the ever-living dickens out of me. I have not been that impressed with a gun in a long time, and yeah, I mean, here this is the Huben 25 cal, and it was amazing. So real quick, you guys can see the video on this later in the week because I just shot this today. I've got it going to editing. We hopefully will have it maybe Thursday is what I'm hoping. But you guys may have seen my video recently on the the Daystate Red Wolf, which is a fully electronic shooting system. So you have electronic valve and all this other stuff. There's no hammer to speak of. It's all electronic solenoid and stuff. Well, this gun, and I've known theoretically how it worked, but it's different to know theory and actually put your hands on something and experience it. And you guys probably know that. But without having the hammer to have the, that slams forward, hits the valve, the typical way the guns work, or air guns work, this, I don't know how they do it. I don't know the engineering behind it, but the trigger is not releasing a sear or a hammer. It's just letting air out. I don't know how they're doing it. But that gun shot, basically had the same shooting feel as the Daystate Red Wolf, in the sense of you just don't feel mechanical stuff going on. It's just piff, and there goes the pellet downrange. Absolutely blew me away. This gun is I mean, I know it's a bullpup. I know I always say I don't like bullpups. This is probably one of the most comfortable bullpups I've ever shot. It's light, the ergonomics, the weight, everything about whatever they've done going on with this gun here. Yeah, it impressed the ever-living dickens out of me. Now, I want to say a super huge thank you to John over at New England Airgun. I got his name. I got his stuff here, right here. Let me switch over to his website. I believe that in the past there may have been some issues with like inventory or support or whatever, and there was a bunch of stuff with the factory moving and all that kind of thing. But I mean, John is carrying this gun now here in the U.S. So if you're interested in like the Huben, he does have them in stock. I was talking with him today. I had this gun. I got it in. I had it for about 3 hours and was already shooting video. I mean, that's how the gun just fully, totally, completely blew me away. And I don't say that very often, if maybe ever, but this gun really, really impressed me. So it's going to be around for a while. I'm going to be using it to test 25 cal slugs and all manner of things. And we'll see how long it holds up. Hopefully it just is a wonderful gun that lasts for years and years. But we're not going to be gentle with this. We're going to use the ever-living crap out of it and see how it does. Because if it continues to shoot, and supposedly what I'm being told is it's going to shoot better as it fully breaks in. But yeah, absolutely awesome air gun. The thing was just impressive. We were shooting in David, there is no. Here's what David's asking. Where's the cocking lever? Essentially, okay. So here's the thing that I had to call John on. I said, John, where do you cock this doggone gun? There is no cocking lever. It's just if it's got air, it's hot. So you need to keep safety on. There's no. It's just there. There's no cocking lever, and it is the trigger is as close to triggering a micro switch like you do on the Red Wolf. It's as close to that as I could imagine a mechanical trigger ever being. I haven't done anything but do some crony numbers today and do the video, some accuracy. Now, we were shooting 25-mile-an-hour winds, and we were still getting groups like that. The center group was just me sort of getting things together, and then the outside groups were 8 or 9 shots respectively, because the mag's 17-shot mag. And yeah, no, this thing is absolutely tears it up. It's impressive. So the I mean, we're gonna be using this gun a lot over this next year. I'm very, very, very impressed with it. So we'll see how it plays out long term. But man, if you guys are interested in this, go see New England Airgun. And they also sent me the new ibex. And I don't know if you guys have seen that gun. But the new ibex, let me pull up a picture of that for you guys. Because that one should be in. In fact, I think it was delivered today. I got a couple pictures of them here. Let me just find one. I'm going to comment on the Zeus here in a minute once I find this picture and pull it up. It's almost here. Apologize. Not supposed to have dead air when you're talking. All right, here it is. All right, so let me just throw this up on the screen here. So this is the new ibex. This is from Evanix. I've got this coming in. John has these in stock as well. I'm not sure of all the calibers he has, but this is this is what I got coming in. So this I've got it coming into 50 caliber. I don't believe I might have the can coming with it. I don't remember. They've also got open sights, the little flip up AR open sights that are going to be stock. I think stock with this. So this is it's supposedly like pushing more power and all kinds of cool things. So I'm very excited to see what this gun can do. It's supposed to be sitting at the depot. They're supposed to be sitting there we're going to pick it up tomorrow, and I hope to shoot it. If I don't get to shooting and filming this week, it'll be one of the first things you guys see next week. And we may have some rollover into next week on Airgun Week, because some things are coming in late, so I may not get to it all. So we may spill over. SHOT Show will be over, but Airgun Week doesn't have to end. It'll be a week and a bit. So Daniel's talking about, Dave is talking about they have a shooting range. Yes, they do have a shooting range. It happens to be closed right now with COVID restrictions and stuff. But, yeah, I would say, David, you want to go make friends with John, and because you should be able to put your hands on some of this very, very, very cool stuff. Anyway, hey there, Angie. Glad that you are here joining us tonight. And actually, I'm glad you're here, Angie. Don't go anywhere, because the next thing we're going to talk about is something I am going to be sending to Angie. I don't even know if I'm going to play with it. I think I'm just going to box it up and send it to Angie. So let me go back to, real quick, just recap the schedule for the rest of the week here. So we've got, I'm covering up my sponsors. We've got, today we had the Maxim L30, the Gauntlet 222, the Eagle Claw. Tomorrow we start the SWA, Avenger Bullpup, a Hatsan Blitz. Thursday we'll have the Catron, Gamma Urban, and hopefully we'll have the video edited for the Huben. And I'm was like, wait. If you come out here for a GTA fun shoot, or you're able to come out to the range and shoot it, this will be like a premier gun on the wall. You're going to want to shoot it. You're going to love it. I shot, just a little thing today. It actually shot the Hunter Supply 25 cal slugs. Didn't shoot them great yet. I've got to kind of dial them in, hopefully. But I was getting over 80 pounds, and I hadn't even turned the thing up yet. So 80 foot-pounds in a 25, and I think it's supposed to top out at 100 foot-pounds. So just an extraordinary gun. And Friday we'll have the Bone Collector, and we're probably going to do some live shows. I've got some stuff I want to show you from JSB, some brand new stuff, and some stuff from Hawk, and we've got some stuff for ATN. The ATN video may get pushed till next week, because I was going to use their stuff on the ibex. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, let's see what he got here. One of the things that happened at SHOT Show today, well, yesterday, I should say, Umarex announced something that's going to look really familiar to folks. It happens to be a 20 gauge shotgun. For those that are curious if that is similar to the SWA, it's actually, yeah, Umarex. We've been working with them for a while, and I'm very excited to see that they've got their new primal coming out. That 20 gauge air shotgun is going to be awesome. It's going to be priced well. It's going to be pushing slugs at over 400 foot-pounds. It's going to be a really, really good air gun. So you guys keep your eyes out for that. That's going to be pretty awesome. Somebody up here asked a little bit about the Zeus and 1,500 foot-pounds. So I guess here's my question. And I talked about this last week a little bit. And somebody had the comment of, it's the wrong crowd when we have 6-cylinder lawnmowers. Yeah, I get it. But, I'm going to reserve any opinion on the Zeus till I shoot one. Brian's going to be coming out. He's bringing his. He's got one. We're going to be trying it out and see how it goes. So I'm excited to try one for sure. Absolutely. But I'm wondering, other than bragging rights of saying, hey, I got a 1,500 foot-pound air gun, I don't know the practicality of it. Now, if you're hunting super big stuff or super big hogs, or you just want it, man, go for it. More power to you. But please don't get caught up in the arms race with regards to foot pounds and all that other stuff, when you can very humanely put down game with a lot less power. That's a lot easier to manage, easier to fill, easier to get ammo, easier to shoot, etc., etc. So it's probably going to be a beast of a gun. It's probably going to be very fun. I'm probably going to love shooting the doggone thing. But whether or not it's going to be something that I'm going to gravitate to, like long term, I don't know. I really like the hammer. I think it has the right mix. It's light. It's gives you two pretty much equal shots. Got good accuracy, wonderful power, 2-shot magazine, easy cycling. Everything about that to me, that is what I gravitate to personally. I know Angie really likes the hammer as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to have a chance to play with one, and when Brian comes out, we're going to be doing a bunch of filming. So when he does, then obviously we'll capture that footage and we'll be able to share it with you guys. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to show Angie. I hope you're still with us, because I want to show you guys one of the things that and this has been my week. The Huben, John second day aired it to me, and it came in late, sort of yesterday, but we didn't get to town until today, and we did some running back and forth. Where I could actually get it and then take it right to the range and start working with it. And within 3 hours, yeah, Angie loves the hammer. Within 3 hours, I was filming. That's how very quickly that I became very familiar and comfortable with the gun, and was putting it on paper and just shooting. So, yeah, but it was like very, very quick. I came home today, and I have stuff sitting on the porch, products that have come in that I think are going to be interesting to you guys. So let's start with the first one. This is one, Angie, I hope you're paying attention. So let's see. This is, and let's switch cameras here. The exposure's blown out a little bit, guys. I apologize. It's just I got to get some slightly different camera. This is a little white box, and inside the little white box is a conversion kit for you to convert. There you go. This is a conversion kit that lets you convert your Javelin, the Umarex Javelin, to a HPA. So if you already have a CO2 Javelin gun, you can convert it to HPA with this little adapter. And it looks like this is your port that goes into, yep, so this screws in. This is your 88 adapter, and then your bottle goes in here. And they've got some springs, and I haven't read the manual, but this little pamphlet. But Angie, I'm going to be sending this to you because I know you have Javelin, and it's something you enjoy shooting. So it looks like you have to change this hammer spring. I don't know. I'm going to send this to you, Angie. So you're going to get the instructions. You're going to get the little doodally what's it there. And I'm looking forward to seeing a grip review on this guy, because the Javelin's like super fun to shoot. If you guys have ever shot the Javelin, but I totally completely dismissed arrow shooting. This is like a map. Once you've done it, you can't ever. Oh, hold on. I got it. I completely and totally dismissed arrow shooters until I started shooting them. They are awesome. Angie, I have the bottles. Don't worry about that. That would be easy. You probably the hammer. Just a quick question. The hammer is 2-shot. It has a 2-shot magazine, and when you cycle it, it automatically indexes. So if you haven't watched the videos that we posted on the hammer, do it. The thing is a beast. I love that gun. So, and I need to do some more. And Angie, Just to let you know, man, you talk about coyote problem. My goodness, they are everywhere out here. I think even you could get one. Like that little joke. Um, so I'm going to set this aside for you, Angie. This is going to be coming to you, and I look forward to seeing you put that on your javelin and then doing some shooting. I think that'll be a really fun, cool video. Um, yeah, maybe I don't know if you have the hunting broadheads for it, but we could talk later. If you don't, then you have that armadillo problem. I'm wondering if you could take an armadillo with one. I don't know. Would be fun to try. Anyway, moving on. We got more stuff to talk about tonight. Okay, the next thing, and this is not specifically an airgun thing, but there's a company, and just so you know, there's a link in the video description if this stuff is of interest to you guys. All you gotta do is look in the video description. If you're watching this after the fact, just look down below, and you guys, this stuff is down there. A few weeks back, I had I might be able to pull a picture. But a few weeks back, I had that little blue compressor, and we tried filling it. It blew the burst disc, and I fixed it, and I've been using it. It's been working great. And then I also got the battery power compressor, and the battery power compressor is working awesome too. So when I'm on the range and I don't want to haul a bunch of stuff out, I'm just filling a gun and I'm just doing a simple review. Man, that little battery power GX pumps compressor is awesome. It has run out of juice on me once, but that's after an entire day of filming, essentially. So, yeah, it lasted an entire day of filming. So I don't know how many times I topped guns off, but it was it works really, really well. Now the little blue guy, that's everything self-contained. But you do need power. You need 12 volt or you need 110. That one's been working great too. So I have that one on my bench and filling my guns, and I use the battery one out on the range. So, real quick, Noah's asked me a question. Hey, I was wondering if I can harm an air gun if you fully charged for a few days. We left my wrist. It's about 3 days, and it dropped about 125 bar. All right, so it should not leak. So Noah, if you've got a Rex that's leaking, it's probably either the fill port, the one-way seal in the fill end, or the valves being held open, but it shouldn't be that. You should leave your PCPs full. So take your gun, fill it to 150, or excuse me, fill it to 250, and see if it drops again. But you want to leave it full. If it's dropping, you got a small leak, and we can repair that for you. It's not a big deal. It's probably the little teeny white Delrin seal. And if you're mechanically inclined, I can show you how to change it. It's 5 minutes and you're all set. Okay, let's see. The battery compressor is awesome, Heath, just so you know. They are slow. The compressors, all the portable ones are slow, but they're portable. Young Hang is tough to take out on the back of your truck when you have to carry a 5-gallon bucket of water around with you. It's great if you're in the shop. But if I'm in the shop, I'm using a Davy SCU60 with the integrated water cooler. So, which is, I think you can get it for $900, $1,000 now. It's basically the same as a $1,500 Air Venturi, but for about $900. So that's what I use, and it works really, really well. All right, so all of that to get to this. Okay, let me switch cameras again. Okay. So I had a company contact me about their portable power systems, and I was thinking, I wonder if this would actually work. Can I zoom out a little bit? No, it cannot. I'm wondering if something like this would actually work for running that little blue compressor. That's what I was thinking. So I don't know yet, but I figured I'll pull it out and show it to you guys. Links are in the bottom. I'm going to be testing this, and then let me see if I can change that camera a little bit. There it is. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. It's fairly heavy, by the way. Let me see here. And I haven't turned this on or anything. I just made sure it survived the trip. So we got a manual, got a strap, Power brick. Got power plug, and we have a USB cable. Okay, that. Okay, here is the unit. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is your typical. Oh, I wonder if that's input. All right. So this is your typical lithium-powered battery pack. We're talking basically 300 watts max. So I guess it's going to depend on how many watts that little converter pulls and that little compressor. But if you needed something in a pinch and you didn't want to have, you didn't want to take your truck battery with you into the stand or something, I don't know, maybe you could leave this in the stand, have it charged up on a solar panel, and just have power. Yeah, so you have DC input here. So I want to see, I'm wondering if we can charge this with a solar panel. I'm going to talk to them about that, because if you could, that would be really ideal in my environment. But this is a fairly decent sized power pack. The battery is 80,000 milliamps. It's 300 watt power power delivery. If this works, this might be a really cool way, or something like this. This is not, obviously, there's a bunch of these types of products on the market. I've just never had the chance to play with one. They asked if I'd like to take a look at one. I said, sure, let me send it, and I'll put it through the paces, and I'll let you guys know if something like this works for a little portable compressor. I don't know what they run. I have their website pulled up. Let me switch over to that. All right, so it's a Amazon thing here. So this is $218. Okay, so it's not exactly like a giveaway. It's got some price to it. But if you're looking at these things, it's actually not terrible price. Some of these things run hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I don't know. We'll have to see if it works. I got it, and we'll go from there. So 300 watts. If we're not going to be pulling more than 300 watts on our little compressor, that might work really, really well. All right. So I'm going to set this aside. We'll charge this up. I'm going to use this probably. May use it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Next thing. Now, Angie. Okay, so Angie, you're going to want to maybe not watch this next segment. Okay, so, Angie is a dear friend of mine, but she does tend to get a little bit jealous sometimes. So, Angie, I'm just going to give you a heads up. Careful, all right? I'm going to unbox something here, but it's okay. It's all right. All right, you guys ready? All right, so this is from ATN, and they've got some new products. One particularly new product this year that they wanted me to talk about. And the video I'm going to do for ATN coming up, we're going to be looking at their LTV, I think it's LTV, 4K Pro, and their thermal, and then this guy in here. Hopefully it's what I think it is. It is. All right. There it is. All right. This is their new thermal monocular, and this is it's just a monocular. So this doesn't record. It doesn't do anything in the sense of that. It's just for you. It's just for you to be able to take and check things out thermally. Yeah, Idaho Airguns. It's interesting you say that. It's the bucket of water is cheaper, but the generator you have to buy to run the Young Hang. I mean, come on, dude. Let's be real. I mean, I get it. You like your Young Hang, but I'm not going to carry a bucket of water around, and I'm not going to have a bucket of water in my shop to cool my compressor. I'm not going to do it. Not that it's a bad unit. It's just not the direction I'm going to choose to go. Okay, so this is the ATN monocular. Let's pull it out, see what it looks like. Supposedly, this is helmet mountable. So if you have a helmet and you want to mount this and use it like a, night vision where you actually flop it down and use it, supposedly you can do that with it. As always, ATN, they always have some really cool materials that they give you with their products, like little cases and stuff. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got our manual, and it's just your basic thermal monocular. It's not designed to take photos or video. It's just so that you can scout and see very well in full out darkness. And this is very small. Look at the size of it. That is very cool. That's it. Look at this. Bag to put all your stuff in. Like a little pouchy bag. All right. You don't need that right now. So we're not going to fire this up, although I probably can, just throw the battery in it. But I will be doing, I'll be using this on some hunts around here. It's probably some coyote hunts. There it is. So there's your battery. Kind of rugged, I'm guessing, for the trying to keep things somewhat water resistant. And here's the rail, I'm guessing, that would, when you mount it on your helmet, would just drop down. Your eye, you got focus. No, that's probably just replay. Yeah, I think your focus is here. I'll read the manual. How's that? Before I go mucking around too much. But this is just a simple thermal monocular, and it's really, like I said, it's designed for you to use for, scouting, looking around, checking things out, without having to pull your rifle up and go that direction. So let me switch back over here. All right. So that's what we got going on right now. That was a lot of stuff to look at today. I'm excited for Angie, for you to get that that HPA kit and do a video on how to install it and the difference and all that kind of fun stuff. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope that you can get the children around there to come over and do some shooting again, because that one of the most fun things I had with the Javelin was when, and she's out there with you, Angie, was when I had Jenna shooting it. It is awesome. So, yeah, we'll have to get you worked out, Angie. I wanted to pick on you a little bit. Oops. So, all right, there we go. So, let's see. All right. All right, we're done. We're done with the show and tell for tonight. All right, let's see if we got any questions here. He's saying he can't wait for me to test the little power pack. I'm going to use the heck out of that regardless, because if I'm out in the field and I need to charge my phone, or I need to, heck, the other thing I was thinking, I could just charge my battery packs from my compressor or my cameras or whatever. Just something like that is super handy, just full stop. I think one of those things is just nice to have on hand. So I think it'll be very, very cool. Let's see. So, Daniel's asking, how much is the little monocular? Well, let's look it up on the website. I don't know if they have it listed because it's fairly new. Let's see. Thermal monoculars. It is the, what's the model number? What is the model number? Odin LT is what it's called. Let's see if they have it. And it is the 2-4. It's this guy right here. Nope. That's 2-4, 320. It's one of these guys, but it's a 2-4 and a 160 by 120. So you would think it would be one of these guys. It may be may be relatively inexpensive. This one here is a 4-8 160. So this is the 160, but this is a 2-4. So it's going to be less than this. So looks the same. So I'm betting that it's going to be more affordable than this one. which is better because the expensive ones, like the 320 here, we're talking $1,300, and that deals with the resolution of the sensor. So obviously, higher numbers is better. But I've got the basic Thor 4, and it is really, really, really good. So even though it's not the super high res sensor, it's awesome. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Angie, I'm sure I will ease the pain. I'm absolutely certain. And I'm think maybe we can share it. Like when you have hunting season, maybe I'll send this out to you and you can use it. And then when hunting season's over, you can send it back because I've got pesting and coyote stuff to do. So I think it'll be all right. We can share it. We don't both need to have one. We'll go that route. Let's see. Oh, Angie's got a good question. What do I miss most about SHOT? Okay, for me, SHOT Show was about. Now, let me switch cameras. For me, SHOT Show was about seeing folks that I don't get to see all the time. So, range day is a lot of fun. If there was like a whole range day that was just air guns, which is sort of what Airgun Expo was supposed to be, and is we're looking to do another Airgun Expo, and the whole point of that is when you go to SHOT Show, it's tens of thousands of dollars to have a booth at range day. So there's like one company. The Umarex had one. So hold on. So if there was like a whole row of airgun stuff, that would be very exciting because you'd actually get to shoot the new stuff. Going to see a prototype of something isn't nearly as fun for me as sitting on the range and shooting airguns. So for me, SHOT Show was less about touching something that may or may not work well in the range, but seeing people that I don't get to see, like Claire at Air Arms, or the folks at Pyramid Air, or Mr. Lee when he was coming out, or whoever it was. I apologize. That was what I loved about SHOT Show, was just meeting people and being able to sit down and talk, talk business and talk about the industry and so forth. And frankly, with most of the folks that I would go see not being there, I can do what I would do there, I can do over the phone or Zoom or something else. So it's definitely, I miss it, but there's a whole bunch of it that I don't miss. Because I would go to SHOT Show and take people with me, and it was very, very expensive. I did not have sponsors paying for me to go. I did it because I thought it was important to do it. And so I don't miss the bill at the end of the month, that's for sure. But I do miss hanging out with the people that I don't get to see otherwise. So let's see here. So Heath is asking, do I prefer thermal or night vision? If I'm hunting at night or spotting at night, absolutely thermal. There is the difference. I would like to say it's night and day, pardon the pun, but it is stark difference between thermal and night vision. The reason that night vision, now I say night, let me put in air quotes night vision. ATN night vision, the type of night vision that you normally have. We're not talking starlight scopes and other things that are have like light intensifier tubes and that type of stuff. We're talking about digital night vision, which is essentially a camera that is designed to see infrared, and you're flooding the area with infrared, and that's why you can see it. Okay, so that, because infrared only goes so far, you lose clarity. With thermal, it sees for hundreds and hundreds of yards clearly. Because it's reading heat. It just works differently. The whole technology is so dramatically different that thermal for me is way better. And I think Angie would say the same thing, that if you're looking, and this is the video I want to do for ATN actually. I've got the LTV, the Excite 4K Pro, and I have, pardon me, and I have the Thor 4. So what I want to do is put them all on the ibex And ATN, if you're watching, if I don't get it done this week, it'll be one of the first things happen after this week, because I actually don't want to rush this. I want to show it properly. So I want to put one on the ibex, shoot it during the day, shoot it at night, shoot it during the day. I want to use all three products in the same exact way, record footage in the same exact environment, and then show you guys the contrast between each model so that you guys can actually see the difference, because it is dramatically different. And there's not a huge difference between like the LTV and the 4K Pro, other than the features within the unit. The images that you'll get are pretty similar. But the feature set is very different. I do want to talk about that. But that's going to be something, I'm not going to rush that video. The timing kind of screwed up. But we'll also be talking about this on that video as well. And there, that's better. So let's see. Now, if I'm hunting during the day, then I like the day-night scope. Thermal is hard to use during the day, especially in a hot environment, because it doesn't know the difference between hot and cold because everything's hot. So, as guys got a question here, why can't I get my 177 Maverick shooting more pellets? So far, I've only gotten Beast to work at 550 feet per second. That is, yeah. First of all, I don't know what a Maverick is, so maybe you can let me know. But that sounds odd. It sounds odd that that's. I mean, I don't know if it's a PCP, if it's a brake barrel. I don't know what you're shooting. So, yeah, I don't know. But I have lots of ideas, but they're just a wild guess in the dark without knowing more about the gun. So JDP's asking Umarex Gauntlet 30 or AEA Challenger Pro. I don't know. I need to do more with the AEA guns to know for sure. And I've got one. I've shot one. And hopefully AEA will reach out and we can start talking again about doing more work. Or I'm going to reach out to some of the dealers and maybe they're interested in having their covered. And then I can, let people know that they help me get the product and do the work. So we'll see. The power supply is switchable, just so you know, Mark. It's 110 to 220 110 switchable automatic. Let's see. Heath asked me when I'm going to get the Airguns Tactical. Well, that was one of the guns that was supposed to be here this week. It's not here. I knew I was like I can't even say cautiously optimistic. I wasn't even optimistic. I was, blind hoping it would be here. But it got shipped late, and I don't know. We'll see when it gets here. I'm looking to should have it in the next little bit. So next couple of weeks I should have it, hopefully, and then we'll be doing a video of that. As far as the Huben K1, today I haven't. Today was the first time I ever shot one. I was shooting 25 caliber, so that's the only thing I have any familiarity with. And I was shooting the Mark II heavies, so 33.95. I did try a handful of different slugs. None of them really were like awesome. The Mark II heavies really did well. Now I was shooting at 50 yards and 25 mile an hour wind, so we'll have to see how that changes as we have better conditions and I have more time with it. But I literally had it I was filming within the first 3 hours of having had the guns in my possession. So that's about as much as we got into it, and it impressed the ever-living socks off me. The crickets, I'd shoot a cricket. I just need them to send them to me. If you know the manufacturer, the dealers that sell them, you say, hey, we'd love to see Rick do a review. I'm happy to do the review. I mean, we can either get Angie to do one for the GTA grip program, and if you guys haven't been following that, please do. And I mentioned it last week. We had to start up a new YouTube channel. The link to that's in the video description. If you haven't subscribed to the new GTA channel, please do. Because a lot of the technical, like the higher technical enthusiast videos, I'm asking Angie to do those for GTA. And I'm hoping that you guys like them. But they'll be more technical, and they're going to be more straightforward and different pellets, and more pellet testing, more range testing, a lot of things that can go deeper into the info for folks that either already have it, trying to get the most out of it, or people that want to know a lot about something before they actually buy it. That's what the grip reviews are for. And Angie's done 2 or 3 already. Well, she's got 2 there now, and she's got a 3rd that'll be launching this weekend on the air venturi compressor. So, and then she's got another one after that. So we've got scheduled out for the next 2 or at least the next 2 months, grip reviews, 1 a week. So please sign up or subscribe to the Gateway to Airguns YouTube channel and share that as much as you guys can. That's going to really help us, because companies like Caliber or Airgun or these others that would like, an objective review, I could, happy to work with them through the GTA grip program. And I think that's a great way to do it, because then they'll get that fully objective, highly detailed sort of look at the product that I think will be really educational to folks. Sometimes I don't always have the time to go that deep into a product because I need to get it done. I need to get it moving more quickly. But even myself, I'm slow. I've slowed way down last year, and I'm slowing down even more this year on that process. So I may only be doing probably 2 full-on reviews, maybe 3 reviews each month. But you're going to see a lot more of what you've seen at Range Day, or not Range Day, excuse me. What you guys have been seeing at Airgun Week. You're probably going to see a lot more of those types of videos this year. All right, so we got a bunch of questions. Let me see if I catch up on here. Let's see. Andy's asking, would the Air Venturi Avenger be a good first PCP? It can be a very good first PCP. You need a way to fill it. And so it needs 300 bar, which is 4350 PSI, which that can be the big challenge. If you've already been into PCPs for a while, you probably already have a compressor or a tank or some sort of means to fill your PCPs, then the Air Venturi just slides right in. If you're new and you're trying to do it on a budget, the Air Venturi is going to cost you a little bit more if you're really going to get the most out of it, because you're going to need a way to fill it. And hand pumping it, while it can be done, and I have done it, is not fun. That's my personal impression. So that's what I would say about that. My favorite air gun for people as a first PCP is still going to be the Umarex Origin. I know Daniel's had some troubles with his. I don't know what's up with that, bro, but we're going to get you sorted out there. But the rest of it is I would really say the Origin is a better first PCP if you don't have anything. If you already have a compressor and other stuff, then you have a lot more options. Let's see. Yeah, you're talking about reversing the plenum on I don't know anything about FX guns. I'd like to shoot more, but shoot more FX products, but I just don't have any. Yes, I'm still testing the JSP 177 slugs. I actually got a gun in, and I don't want to talk about it just yet, but it was one I was hoping was going to be a really high-powered 177 to see if I could drive some slugs. That has not worked out, so I don't know. I've asked Evanix to make me a custom 177 Rex, which is going to push heavy slugs and heavy pellets about as fast as you can make them go. So I'm looking to get maybe like an ibex, which is the same platform as you'd have in a 50 cal, but rigged up with a 177, and it's supposedly pushing like 16 or 17 grain 177s at over 13 or 1400 feet per second. So I think that should have enough power. That should probably push whatever the heck I want to throw down the barrel. So how I can turn that down if I need to, I don't know yet. Maybe change out the hammer spring and do some different changes that way, because that's easy to do in that gun. But I don't know. I'm hoping to get a true 177 test rig that can really push some serious velocity. So once that happens, then I'll be able to do something. I may get him to make me a sniper. I may get him to make me like a Sniper 2 and 177 with a magazine or something. I just don't know yet. I don't have anything that has jumped out as awesome that can really push the velocities I'd like to see. I'd love to be able to shoot like Joe does, 200-300 yards with a 177. That's what I'm hoping to be able to accomplish. We'll see. All right, guys, we're coming up on the end of an hour here, so I'm just seeing if you, no, don't put BBs in your 177. They'll tear it up, and they're different size. BBs actually aren't in .177; they're smaller, so don't do it. Let's see. I guess that is going to be about it. Well, yeah, we've got a bunch of other comments, but we're gonna be wrapping up the show tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us. Joining me up here tonight and hanging out and chatting and indulging me, showing you guys some cool new project. Thank you, Angie, for being a good sport, and I'm sure Steve over at ATN is going to take care of you. I just like picking on you, and I'll let you guys know what happens with the power pack, and also don't forget. I mean, we're not even halfway done with Airgun Week, so I'll quickly zip over there again and just show you guys what we got coming up. I mean, we've got still the SWA 27 long, and we're shooting shot with a extra full choke. We're doing that tomorrow. The Avenger Bullpup, we're going to take another look at that. The Hots on Blitz is brand new for my channel. We're going to take a look at that. And that gun was fun. That gun is super fun. So it's no Huben, not even close, but it is super fun to shoot nonetheless. The Katron is a super nice gun too. That's Thursday, and we hopefully Thursday will have. Hopefully, we'll see if we'll have the Huben ready. If not, we've got some slots open Friday, and we're going to have a couple live shows. I'll be posting the live TBAs. I don't know what time they're going to come because I got to work with people's schedules and stuff. But we'll be posting the live shows like we do on YouTube, where we have sort of like upcoming, get ready, we're about ready to do something type thing. So that'll be it. So. Hammy, you're asking a question. You're trying to ask me a question again. Why doesn't anyone make a PCP BB gun full auto? I could only guess why nobody makes one. And it would just be guessing. You run out of air really fast with air versus CO2 because the liquid stays liquid and gives you more shots. But it also then freezes. But what you see is the BB guns that you see semi-auto and full are really built to a budget. They're $100 items or say. So if you were to make a PCP version with all the valving and everything that's required to make that work, the cylinder, the safety on the cylinder as far as the capacity and strength and everything, you may price yourself right out of the very market you're trying to appeal to. When CO2 does exactly what a BB needs to do in a little teeny cartridge that you can buy for $1. It's way cheaper to throw $1 cartridge into something and run it and swap it than it is to try and have a PCP version of something. I bet you that's probably the reason. Just they've run the numbers and it's not cost effective to do that. That would be my guess. But hey, I might be all wet. So, let's see. Idaho, if you're shooting the 18s at 1350, that is technically too fast. But if they're grouping and they're doing what you want, knock yourself out. Generally speaking, if you're shooting Diablo pellets, then you're going to want to have them under 1,000 foot per second and usually down in the low 9s, high 8s for optimal velocity. But that's not every gun, and that's not always the case. It's generally the case. But if you're getting good accuracy at 1350, knock yourself out. Let's see. Is that it? I guess we're done. Okay, guys, I'm out. Yep. You guys have yourself a great rest of the week. Please keep watching Airgun Week. And once all the videos are done, the dust settles, then we're going to have everything published up on AirgunWeb.com. Remember that if you want to stay up to date with what I've got going on and not have to wait for it to come out on YouTube, it usually hits Airgun Army first, Vimeo first, and AirgunWeb usually is after the fact because we publish everything else otherwise. But you know, you guys can always check stuff out if you like to look at these other sources. You'd like to talk with folks and connect with airgunners. Please don't forget gateway-to-airguns.org is just a wonderful place to meet and hang out with other airgunners. And we will be having more contests coming up, which will be we'll let everybody know. I got to get through this week and some other admin stuff, and then we'll be hitting the ground running for the rest of the year. So it's gonna be hopefully a really good year. So. We'll have lots of these shows that we'll be doing as well. So that's going to be it. Stay tuned to the schedule as we update it, and make sure you like, subscribe, get notified, and all that stuff, so that when we get ready to do a live show, you get the notifications and can come join us. Guys, that's going to be it. Have a great night. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me.